Peace. Abrahadabra. This is Chakra Zulu, and I've been giving these dissertations called the Ausar Chronicles, talking about the symbolic castration of the black man in America. I talked about the history of Ausar. I talked about black man's fatherhood being stripped from him. The last dissertation, I talked about his sexuality being stripped from him. So now, the last and final installment, I'm going to talk about financially how he's been castrated. Okay, we're going to go back to the Ausar and Ausar story, because what happens is, with fundamentally, Ausar, when Ausar was in trouble, she went back to rescue her man, put him back together, so as to defeat the enemy. Okay, so what the white man has been able to do successfully in America is, again, with the Willie Lynch thing, separating the black man from the black woman, getting the black woman out of the mind to rescue her man. Again, just like when I was talking about in the earlier dissertation, as far as the bed wench mammy, in the working world, in the corporate world, or what have you, even in the blue collar realm, they have no problem putting black women in these high seats, these high positions, these high paying occupations. And they'll do it, and see, this has nothing to do with the glass ceiling about, women getting paid less than men and yada, yada, yada. It's the fact that these women are still getting put in positions that they won't give black men, even though the black men might be qualified, just as qualified, or even more qualified. What they're doing, for the most part, they keep black men on these blue collar levels, and the black man has to, hustle and struggle, on the blue collar level, to get to a certain point financially. Not saying that a black man can't be financially successful on the blue collar, no, because there are many and plenty of that, and I applaud that. But what I'm saying is, let's say on the corporate level, you stand to make so much money on a social ladder. So we're talking about classification here. We're talking about socioeconomic class. Okay, you got black women who are making so much money, who are making X amount of money, and so they go by class. A lot of people in this country, they marry by class. Whoever's in that financial bracket the same as you, that's who you're going to gravitate towards. Because black women, of course, have chosen to opt for financial security in terms of having somebody take care of them. Again, because all of that stems back from slavery, rather than standing by her man and helping him get on his feet to where they can have something together independently of, this corporate structure that this Europoi Caucasoid has brought about. So if she's making $80,000 a year and she goes to a mixer where, 95% of the eligible men, or Caucasoids, that's what she's going to gravitate towards. Whereas the blue collar brother who's only making $25,000, $30,000 a year, he's stuck out in the rain. Instead of her taking her $80,000 and putting into the brother making $25,000, $30,000, so he can get his own thing independent of the corporate structure, again, she looks at it like, oh, she's the woman, so the man needs to be doing better than her, whatever she gets into, and wants to act like that's the end all to be all, like he can't lose that at the drop of a hat. That's what the movie The Family That Prays was about, the Tyler Perry flick. And you notice how that was one of his more unpopular films, because he touched on so many subjects pertaining to that. All you gotta do is go watch the movie. It's my favorite Tyler Perry movie, certainly, because the rest of that shit is kind of corny to me, but shout out to Tyler Perry for pointing those things out or whatever and making it known, and like I say, you can look at that and draw your own conclusions on, the whole symbology behind that. Okay, so this is the end of those segments or whatever. I appreciate the love, the backlash, and the hatred. You really don't count. This ain't for you. These is for people on a higher frequency, on a higher wavelength, people who are trying to get to their godhood, and not for you monkey ass types. You monkey mouth motherfuckers. Y'all kill me with y'all trolling. So just know that, that's not gonna go unpunished, and I ain't even gotta respond, and you still gonna get what's coming to you in terms of that, because I'm not on here out to disrespect people or call people out. So when you respond with your trolling ass comments, yeah, you doing yourself in. Just let it be known. So think about that before you decide to respond, even if you're responding and disagreeing. So I'm out. Peace, abracadabra. Till the next time.